Welcome back to my channel. Today we're working on this 98 XPL. As you can see, I did get my engine put in today. We got our exhaust hooked up, the lower exhaust. We got our carbs in, our lines, our cables in, our choke on. We got our new water line ran through into the back. They got a new carrier bearing and boot in. All this is new. The previous owner must have beached it. We've got sand stuck up into our baler hoses and the drain hose down there. There is sand. I gotta clean those out. There's sand all up in those that have to be cleaned out. We got a good working VTS. We used our pump alignment tool, so we got there's our shaft. We did get that aligned. The biggest issue we're having is on these 98s where the engine sets up front. You've got these couplers. So this drive shaft goes through the tank, and there's another coupler buried in here, and then your drive shaft will go through, and this end goes into the coupler in there, and it's a real tight fit and hard to see because you got this part here which you can't take off. We got our bilge pump in. I got to get a nut for this. And then I've got to figure out all the routing for the lines and stuff here so that we're not touching the hot exhaust or any of that stuff. Next, we're going to fill our tank with oil. We got our new filter line in here. Then we're going to prime these lines. I'm waiting on some more larger gas line so I can hook up my feeds line and do all my baffle. The baffle is, I don't know if I can get this off with my fingers, but you take this off and the baffle is right there for the fuel line. And then we'll do our fuel selector switch, which goes right there. So we got a lot to do still left. I have to remount the MPM mount there, and then the solenoid mount here. Probably use JB Weld for that. And I think this one also has some pop rivets. So we'll get that on, and we'll get all of the MPM back on, and all of our cables ran nice and neatly. And then I'm waiting on a manifold for this. And then we'll get that on, along with the head pipe, which is sitting right there. But anyway, we got all of our engine bolt mounts and everything good and tight, Loctited in. Was having a small issue with the choke right here. If I tighten this too much, it doesn't want to spring. So I don't know if there's something wrong with the spring. It just doesn't have the drawback that it should. This one's good. As you see, this one here, it just doesn't, even without the shaft in, it doesn't have, and it's not completely tight. So I got to figure out what my issue is with that. But the carbs are all in, the lines are all hooked up. They're not super tight. I don't have them tight yet. I got to hook up the throttle cable here to do. I got to pull that out and get that hooked up. so I can adjust everything, and then also make sure that my oil pump, the marks on the oil pump line up when I prime that. And just a few other odd and end things I got to get done. There's my dad. He's coming to steal the lawn cart. I use this to wheel the engine out here. He's been very patient with me with all these skis in the yard and projects after project. But anyway, I will take you over to my other 96 XPs. So here we have my old steel trailer. It needs another coat of paint. It's been 4 years since I painted that yellow. But I got me a LC jug rack and 3 LC2 jugs from Blosen. So that is secured on there. And I got my kayak cargo rack put back on. I had a welder guy add me some braces and re-welded these because before I had a crack on some of them. But it's a work in progress. Plan was to be able to strap kayaks on top, and then maybe get some mesh or something over this section so I could throw up some folding lawn chairs, or some other camping stuff, lightweight camping stuff, not too heavy. But I took my good old reliable here out the other day, burned a tank of gas in it. She's running great. I really got to take this one out again and burn the tank through it as well. Getting them ready for the sortie. This one will definitely be going to the Twin Cities Jetpilots Sortie. I'm hoping that I'll have the 95 951 sitting here instead of this one, because I really want to take the 951. Since I can only ride one ski at a time, I bet it'd be good to have at least one good reliable one, and then the project one I can have to tinker on and kind of show off and debut. Maybe get some pointers and some help. But yeah, that's my plan. I don't know if I ever showed you guys, but I made these filler plates, block off plates. They're made out of aluminum and black anodized. That's to replace the speedo wheel. I still have to replace this one. I have the Can-Do GPS units inside in here that run the stock gauges. And the problem I'm having with the 951, which I showed in my other video, I bought an aftermarket speedometer, is that, as you can tell, I have a good stock one of these in my toolbox, but as you can see, they only go up to 60. So I'm hoping the 951 goes faster than 60. So, but we're getting this all ready for the sortie. I'm hoping to have the 951 ready as well. So I appreciate you guys watching my videos, and stay tuned. Hopefully I'll be finishing up that 98 XPL and the 95 951 pretty soon. Thank you.